What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Top 5 Podcast, a show where every week we choose a topic and give it a top 5 ranking. My name is Ron McNerney, and I'm joined here today with my buddies, Zach Blanner,
Hey,
Colin Harding,
Woo woo.
and Matt Bush. He's petting his dog right now, so that's fine. Today's show is a little bit of a lighter episode. This one is all about our favorite cereals. So, boys, are we ready?
Hell yeah.
Alright, that's a good thing you said that, Colin.
Yes,
'Cause
sir.
you're first today, Colin.
I'm happy I'm first. So I wanted to preface this with I chose my favorite cereals when wet with milk.
Specifically when wet with milk.
Cereal without milk,
Yes.
dude.
okay. I didn't take that into consideration. I thought that was
Because I definitely have different favorites depending on wet and dry. And I specifically eat my cereal with whole milk or 2% milk.
exclusively.
Yeah, I don't really like the other milks as much. Like I'll eat it with it, but like at my house, I'm carrying 2% milk.
You gotta get on that almond milk, dude.
Skim milk is
Nah.
water.
Almond milk is fire.
Almond milk is
You need
awesome.
almond milk in your life,
No,
especially
almond
with
milk
coffee.
is trash.
No,
I feel bad for people who have to drink almond milk.
Aw,
no, dude, I do it by choice because it's amazing.
it's much better than regular milk.
No, not even close.
Colin, what's your
Everyone
number
loves
5?
you.
So my number 5 is the hearty classic, the Honey Nut Cheerio.
Okay.
I love Honey Nut Cheerios. They're probably my number 4 on my dry cereals. But they are fantastic. You can't go wrong picking Honey Nut Cheerios. I ate them so much as a kid. Considering that was pretty much like the only thing that my mom would buy, other than a few others that might get talked about later. And yeah, I loved them. I would snack on them. I would eat them. I wasn't a big breakfast person, so cereal's more of like I get cereal as a light snack throughout the day. So if I'm like hungry, I'll get a little bit of cereal and
Do you
do some cereal and
do you eat your Cheerios with bananas? They're in there too.
You're talking bananas, you're talking strawberries, you're talking like blueberries, like whatever you're feeling, that's what you're throwing in there.
But what do you do?
Oh, I do all of them depending on how I'm feeling.
No way.
Yeah.
I have never gotten. Maybe aside from a handful of times, and if I did it, it was probably because we were at some like bed and breakfast type place. But I've never.
When you're at the continental breakfast.
Yeah, because to me, like throwing fruit in cereal, like it's fine, but it doesn't enhance for me the taste of roughly anything so much that I require it. And I feel like at that point, if you gotta cut fruit, or even if the fruit's pre-cut and you gotta go out of your way to put the fruit in,
If fruit is pre-cut, you immediately just have to take it.
No. I'm saying I don't. I'm saying
you don't take it?
For me, no. I'm saying for me, cereal is very much like that. I'm hungry and I don't feel like doing anything to make food. Roughly, the best time to eat cereal, realistically, is between the hours of 11 and 3 o'clock in the morning. 11 o'clock at night and 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
At that time,
It naturally tastes better the later in the night you are.
yeah, at that time, I'm not cutting fruit, or even if it's pre-cut, that's just too much work. I just milk or bowl or cereal, milk, done. Eat it, probably pass out right after.
I can't get behind the texture of Honey Nut Cheerios. I don't know why. I
Really?
like the flavor, but it just kind of like has like a weird texture I can't get behind.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I
I
like.
mean, Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios, definitely like top tier cereal brands.
It was for sure a contender in my list, but I ended up going in a different direction. But yeah, Honey Nut Cheerios, I think is a good all-around cereal. Like, you know how some cereals you have to really crave at a certain time? Honey Nut
Yeah.
Cheerios is like, it's just,
It's
can
the
do
whatever
whatever you want.
mood you're
Yeah.
in, you can eat it.
yeah, exactly.
Well, Zach, tell us about this different direction, because you're next
different-
with number 5.
Dude, all right. My number 5 is Captain Crunch.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Dude,
so
no way.
the way I did my cereal, all are with milk, because I just didn't even think about it any other way. But I chose like cereal that had some type of like I can distinctly remember eating, not just cereal like I liked, but like cereal like I can specifically go back and like think, oh, I remember at least one good memory of my childhood or recently or whatever that I can tie to this cereal. Captain Crunch is for sure one of them. The reason it's so low on my list almost was an honorable mention is just because like it's almost the equivalent of like eating glass
Yeah.
with what it does to your mouth.
Oh yeah, it is for sure.
But it's so
That's
good.
the only
And you just
downside.
wanna-
But you have
Yeah,
to keep eating 'cause it's just
that's
that
why I'm
That's
good.
surprised
honestly
it's
why it
so
didn't make
good,
my
yeah.
list, because it's just if you eat it like say early in the day, your mouth is ruined for the next like
Oh yeah,
the whole day at least.
yeah. You can't eat anything with like a hint of like spice or any acidity to it because it's gonna burn so bad.
And it doesn't taste good anymore because like now like the top of your mouth is just ruined.
Yeah,
Part
yeah.
of the
It's
experience.
like when you're too
It's-
eager to
it
eat a
really is.
fresh slice of hot pizza. You just burn
Yeah,
the roof
exactly.
of your mouth.
Yeah,
And you just like
it-
screwed yourself. All like the crystallized sugar just like puts daggers in the roof of your mouth, and you can't eat it anymore.
Exactly. It is just like it tastes so good, but it hurts so good. Yeah, so I just love Captain
that's-
Crunch.
I think that's the title of the weekend's new song. It hurts so good.
It hurts so good.
R.I.P. the Grammys. Corrupt motherfuckers.
Yeah, we all
Yeah,
saw your
but-
tweet.
I haven't seen his tweet. What do you say?
Basically, just, Matt, who'd you say you're rooting
'Cause
for? For the Grammys?
Freddie
That was your
Gibbs,
tweet?
Pop Smoke. I want them to win.
Hmm.
Because they were pulling some shit apparently with the Weeknd's team because they wanted him to perform the Grammys and not do the Super Bowl. And since he took the Super Bowl, allegedly that's why he didn't get any nominations.
That's weird.
That's really
But
dumb.
this isn't about the
This is the most
Weeknd,
backwards
this is about
way to
cereals.
get a Grammy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, top 5
Go on,
Grammy
we got
snubs we'll do next time.
Ron, put
They
me
gotta
in-
get
put
the
me in next,
views.
coach.
Put you in next? All right, I'll change the order.
Yeah.
Matt, number 5.
I want to go next. My number 5 is also Captain Crunch.
Oh boy.
Look
Because
We
at
got people
that.
who like to eat light bulbs.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, what do you have against light bulbs?
Light bulbs, I'm fine with them if you use them for light, but the moment you start eating them like the Grinch, it's just kind of like maybe you should chill out.
You know what, Colin? I think you just need to. I think you just need to man up here.
I think you need to, you need to open your horizons to what
Maybe if
is
it was
and what's
dry,
edible.
Colin would like it.
I don't know. Captain Crunch is like.
Oh no, Captain
feasible
Crunch, you need to
eat
like
dry.
soak in milk.
Oh
I
yeah,
think you'd end
no.
up in the ER if you would like eat Captain Crunch dry.
No, you would. You totally
Like
would.
that's how you
chewing
get into the
Lincoln
salty
Logs.
spittoon is eating Captain Crunch dry.
Without any milk.
That's like that's like throwing like not Tic Tacs, but like tacks and broken like rocks inside with the
Like
glass. Just
staples.
eat it dry. Yeah, no, exactly.
Matt, but do you just like the crystallized sugar so much? That's your number 5?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's loaded with sugar. What's not to like, realistically?
That's
Yeah.
pretty much how all cereal is.
Except for my number 1. That's like the only one that's not completely filled with sugar.
Well, we'll slowly work our way there, because my number 5, I should preface, I'm not a cereal guy. I didn't really eat it as a kid. I ate sandwiches for breakfast as a kid. So this was a hard list for me to make.
Sandwiches.
But my
What sandwich
sandwiches
for
like
breakfast?
Pop-Tarts and stuff, dude, I didn't eat.
That's
I'm not
what?
I'm not a
That's
breakfast
not a
guy.
sandwich.
My breakfasts were basically lunches. So
My breakfast wasn't any breakfast at all.
yeah, that was pretty much just what ended up being. But
I ate breakfast until like the 7th grade, and then I stopped eating breakfast.
my number 5 are the Rice Krispies cereal.
No shit.
Yeah.
Talk
That's
about
not
it.
bad. That's not bad. It's
No,
like Cheerios.
It's pretty bad. It's not like Cheerios. I disagree heavily.
No, I mean, there's
It's
really
just-
no
it's
rhyme or reason. I just
Cheerios,
haven't
man.
had. I love Rice Krispies, and then you can snap, crackle, pop them inside a bowl of milk, and that's pretty much what you could just go with. I mean, it was between those and like the Oreo cereal ones, but that's just like so much chocolate. I can't do it.
Oreo is a lot of like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not even like real Oreo, but yeah.
I will
I haven't
say
even tried it.
I will say I appreciate the versatility of Rice Krispies in the
Yes.
sense that it could be like a healthier type of cereal, or you could just dump buckets of sugar in it and make it taste better. And you can also make it into a snack.
I think
There
it tastes fine.
Or make it into a dessert with marshmallows and all that.
I don't
Rice
think you need
Krispies are just rice cakes.
homemade Rice
unhealthier
Krispie
friend.
treats are a fucking one.
Is that
If you
Matt?
get them out the oven when they're still warm, like A1, like homemade Rice Krispie treats.
Oh yeah, homemade
Oh,
Rice
yeah.
Krispies,
Oh, no.
especially whenever you mix in the Fruity Pebbles.
Not about them.
Not about
Wait, you're
homemade
not?
Rice Krispies?
Yeah.
What is
I'll eat
wrong
them
with
if they're
you?
there, but like
He's an alien.
at no point will anyone ever say, "Yo, you want to come over? I made Rice Krispies," and I'm gonna be like, "I'm sold." No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
I mean, I'm not gonna say
I
I'm
think
sold
I think
either,
it is an
but
overhyped.
I mean, you're not going to convince me to come over
dessert.
your house just because you have Rice Krispies, but like,
Yeah, I
you
guess
can't
that
say
is
that Rice
also
Krispies
another thing.
aren't amazing.
No, it is a very passable dessert. Very passable. Like if someone's like, "Oh, hey, like, are we doing anything for dessert?" and they're like, "Oh, well, I made Rice Krispies," probably just not having dessert. Unless I'm like some type of hungry. Unless I'm some type of hungry.
Some type of hungry.
Now that being said, which I'm sure somebody will talk about at some point, if they are the Fruity Pebbles Rice Krispies, I'm all in on
Well, that's
that.
what I said. I said Fruity Pebbles Rice Krispies are definitely the best.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Those are the only ones that are good. I think.
I remember bringing them in. My mom would always make them for like our parties back in elementary school. And bringing those in were like, you were immediately top dog. Like everybody was all over those Rice Krispies.
Yeah, those are like crack. But the other ones are just a subpar dessert.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, the Rice Krispies like cereal, that's just more of like the the sugary goodness of any dessert or snack, I guess.
Now, typically in grandma fashion, whenever my grandmother Eileen makes it, she makes it like super buttery and super like sweet with a bunch of vanilla in it. It doesn't eat like if you had a Rice Krispie like made by what is it, Kellogg's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had
Yeah.
a Rice Krispie made by Kellogg's, then you had hers. They're two completely different animals.
Oh, dude, the ones made by Kellogg's are uneatable. They're disgusting.
Yeah, they're not good.
They are up there with Peeps in unedibility.
Peeps
Oh,
are
see, I love
fire.
Peeps.
Inedibility.
What are
I
you
love
talking
Peeps are
about?
dude.
garbage, man. I'm sorry to
Nobody's
let you
talking
know
about
that.
Peeps.
No,
What?
Peeps are so good.
Dude.
No, Peeps are
Peeps
good.
are horrible. Look, there is a
No,
fine,
Trip.
there is a pretty thick, not even a fine line, a pretty thick line in the sand of society that you're either in fully on
You're either-
Peeps or you're out on Peeps. And I
You're out,
promise you, there's
yeah.
a right side of that line, and it is not the side that's in for them.
It's just
It
do you have a
is.
problem
It's
with
the side of me
marshmallows?
wrong.
Yes, it's not even like marshmallows. It's not even like a marshmallow. It's a marshmallow dipped in some like toxic sugar that was like fermented inside of some like industrial plant that has been shut down for so many health codes. That is what a Peep is.
It's just
I mean, if that's
marshmallow
what
with
it is,
sugars
then
and
it's delicious.
sprinkles. I'm
So
sorry
What's
that you
not
have a
bad?
problem with
Honestly,
sugar.
what's not to like about it?
Well, Zach, I'm sure if we ever
The
do
best-
a
the
top
best-
5 worst
no.
desserts or
No,
candies,
the
we can have
best,
a good
you have to leave
conversation.
your Peeps out so they get a little stale. That's when they start to.
No, dude,
See,
the
I
only
like
good-
Peeps immediately.
The only good Peep is
I
in a
like them a little
microwave.
stale. What, when they explode?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only use for Peeps. It's the only use.
No, they're good. You're
Uh.
tripping. You're 0 for 2 right now on hot takes.
Dude. Well, chat, please explain to Matt why I'm right.
They won't. They know I'm right.
Well, Colin, tell us what your number 4 is. We'll see if Zach disagrees too.
All right. So my number 4 is another like one of my favorite cereals that I also got as a kid because my mom didn't buy any of the sugary cereals as a kid. Now since I'm an adult, I can go out and buy my sugary cereals. I'm allowed to eat them now. So as a kid, she would buy Honey Bunches of Oats.
Dude,
And-
fire.
Honey Bunches of Oats
I love
are
that.
so freaking delicious.
They're really
Hold on.
good.
Do you have a specific flavor?
So like it's always between cinnamon and just the honey roasted.
Cinnamon is banging. I like the vanilla.
Pretty lit.
Honey roasted
Vanilla's
is
good.
amazing.
Vanilla's really good. Honestly, all of them are really good. Even just the regular classic flavor,
Yeah, they're
fantastic.
all delicious.
You can't go wrong
Yeah.
whenever you eat honey roasted Honey Bunches of Oats. There we go. Jesus.
Dude, pick your vibe. That's what that cereal is. Just pick
Oh,
your
yeah.
vibe. You're not gonna have a bad time.
They
It's
sell just
easily
a
one of my
bunches, too.
favorites.
I haven't picked them up yet, but every time I see them, I always want to.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a little bit more difficult to eat dry, So it probably wouldn't be on my dry list because
Actually,
like the milk kind of allows the flavors to kind of mix together.
Colin, I think you need your own episode to talk about these dry cereals. Like, it's just you with your top
We're the
5.
only person.
I will.
who's, like,
I'll do it.
passionate
I
about
will do
dry
a solo
cereal.
episode if
Colin,
we get enough comments.
I feel like you crafted 2 lists, one with milk and one without milk.
I mean,
Is that true?
so like I did not craft 2 lists for this. Like I actually already have my lists set ready to go for whenever I
They're
go
in his
shopping.
brain.
Yeah, like these lists are lists that call it like recently about like a year and a half ago I started just trying a bunch of cereals, seeing like which one I like the most. And this has been my list of which ones I like the most at this point because I've tried almost every cereal I could find in Walmart at this point.
I got you.
Even the off-brand Walmart brands.
Yeah, even the off-mart Walmart brands.
I don't know about that. I'm not into that. But yeah, no, actually, to talk about your dry cereal stuff, I actually had Honey Bunches of Oats. And like, granted, I agree with you that the milk kind of really lets it, all the flavors kind of mix and marinate with each other, but it's actually not bad dry. It's not bad.
I think it would make an
Granted,
honorable
was, like,
mentions. I don't think it would
stupid
make my
hungry
top
when
5.
I ate it, but yeah.
We'll call Zach. Tell
Yo.
us what your number 4 cereal is.
My number 4 cereal is something I'm no longer apparently allowed to eat, but it is Trix.
Trix. Okay.
Did you turn into a rabbit or something? Why can't you eat it?
Nah, it's
They're
because
for
I'm not a
kids,
kid.
Ron.
They're for kids, Ron.
Come on.
That's just how much I don't eat cereal, man. I forgot
Dude,
the whole
I'll-
branding.
Man.
I could put on a list if someone catches me out in the streets with Trix. But
They'll come for your kneecaps.
Are these tricks made exclusively for kids?
no, honestly, I love Trix. I feel like it probably has the best like commercials out of all the cereal.
Oh my
They're
God.
always so
Who
interesting.
was in that? Who's in that scene from Ted?
Oh, the guy from Taken.
Oh, Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson, yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's what I was referring to, yeah. They made
For
exclusively for kids.
yeah. But Trick, I love the commercials. The commercials were always so like fun to watch when I was a kid. They like branched out and did like a bunch of stuff. I'm pretty sure they had like yogurt and other like desserts and things
Yeah,
like
they have
that.
Trix yogurt.
Yeah, and just a solid product. I will say they definitely fucked up when they changed the cereal from being like the cereal with like the fruit shapes into like just the random colored balls.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, 100%.
That kind of knocked it down a little bit for me whenever I ate it because it definitely tastes different. It for sure does not taste the same. But yeah, I love Trix. Trix are for kids unless you want to break those rules and live on the edge. So now that's what we're doing.
Matt.
You don't think you have something to say, Ron?
No, I was just laughing. I was just making jokes to myself. We don't want to talk about it. Matt, number 3, since you wanted to cut in, number 4, since you wanted to cut in line last time. We'll just keep her going this way.
Only because me and Zach had the same number 5.
No, that's cool.
But my number 4 is Fruit Loops.
Fruity Loops.
Loops, okay.
Dude, Fruity Loops.
Dude.
Why Fruit Loops,
really-
Matt?
I really
I'm not a
like them.
Fruit Loops guy, if I'm being honest. So tell me why.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't think they're
Seemed
good.
like it, Ron.
I just like I love everything about it. I love.
We gotta start recording these with video because that look you gave me is great.
Colin needs a webcam.
Who,
I need a
Ron?
better one.
Yeah, did you see what he did?
Yeah.
No.
Just
Oh, it
give
was
him,
good.
give him a cute old
All right.
stare.
Matt, Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
I like Fruit Loops because like I like the fruity flavor. Like I don't like a lot of like fruity flavors, but I think because Fruit Loops is just loaded with sugar, I'm kind of in on it.
Yeah.
I think it has like a slightly different texture than Honey Nut Cheerios. It doesn't really taste like cardboard to me, so I can kind of get in on it. And plus, like the milk at the end of your bowl of Fruit Loops is top tier.
Well, dude, didn't
like
Fruit Loops?
That's a true measurement of like how amazing your cereal is how good is the milk that's left in the bowl.
Didn't Fruit Loops make the straws?
I was just about to bring them
Yeah,
up.
they
It's
did.
like,
Yeah.
but like
I think it was
it's
that
not...
and Cocoa Puffs too that did that, or
Yeah,
something.
but it wasn't
They
the.
had 3, I think.
But
I
it
don't
wasn't
remember.
like the
I don't
straws.
think I
'Cause
ever like ate
I
those.
remember they made the It's like a straw, but you could eat it. They made that.
Yeah, it's made out of
Yeah,
cereal.
it was just made out of the cereal.
But they also had later on, I think this was like probably once we were older, but then they had like an actual straw that was kind of crimped on both ends with like Fruit Loops flavor inside of it. So you could stick that thing in like a glass of milk and the milk would taste like it was Fruit Loops milk.
I've never heard of that.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They did that whenever we were in like middle school.
Yeah. It was late game. It was late game, but
Super
it was
late game.
still in the game though.
It was it like round 30?
Yeah.
Like
Round 30, but only packed once.
You're trying to get Blast Furnace?
But yeah, Fruit Loops, Matt, number 4.
It was one of those things that like I didn't understand why they ever like took those off the market. I guess like no one wanted.
Probably just not enough people bought them.
Fruit Loops are still out.
No, he's talking about the straws.
No, I mean the straws.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely more of a gimmick. You'd rather just buy Fruit Loops.
I feel like
Probably the
because
same
that
price,
wasn't
too.
Right.
I
I mean, like imagine trying to ask a parent to spend money on straws while they're also buying cereal.
Well, yeah, so like I think that's kind of the problem. So like those straws, that's an actual dessert that like existed before with like chocolate or vanilla or like whatever. I think that the cereal versions of it was definitely geared more towards kids because if you're an adult and you're like someone who is into that, you're probably not buying the Fruit Loops one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're probably getting your classic chocolate or maybe they have like gourmet versions of that. That's probably what you're buying. And like Colin said, parents probably like they bought them a few times, but at the end of the day, the kid probably would rather have the actual cereal than the straws.
And if like those people are anything like me, it's kind of one of those things where like, oh, I'll buy it this one time, unless it's really freaking good.
Yeah. Unless like you could like go if I recall correctly, you could go through like a pack of those things in like no time, and they're probably like $5 a pack.
Easy. They
Yeah.
have to be.
Oh, they
Like
weren't cheap.
they coated like the inside with a little bit of like hard icing or something.
Yeah.
So
I
like
would
those
so
imagine-
things
maintain
have
its
to be
shape.
like so expensive.
Yeah. For sure.
Colin, for my number 4, I agree with you. I chose Honey Bunches of Oats.
Ooh.
I thought you were gonna mess up the order for a second.
No.
Yeah, so did I.
I was hoping for the fake out. But yeah, Honey Bunches of Oats. Definitely my number 4. I didn't even taste those until I went to college, being honest.
Huh.
One of my roommates, I forget which one, had them, probably Robbie, had the
Robbie
box
seems
once
like
and I
the
tried
guy.
it. And
Yeah,
then
sounds like a Robbie thing.
good ass cereal though.
Oh, it's fantastic.
yeah, it's really
Robbie's
good.
all about that special K.
Oh, special K, Matt, we'll get to later. Don't you worry.
Yeah, for sure.
But Honey Bunches of Oats, no, it's really good. I experienced that late game, like round 50, double packed. So
Ooh.
yeah,
Dang, round 50.
I know. But yeah, I just really like Honey Bunches of Oats. It doesn't really matter what flavor. I just think it's very good quality cereal, and not as like crazy sugary as everything else. You know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. But Colin, number 3.
So my number 3, there's a few things that I feel taste very similar, and that is Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles, and Trix. So I kind of combined them all into a group during my testing, and whenever I compared them, I decided that Fruity Pebbles just has more taste.
Did you run like a whole circuit today, like testing your cereals?
Yeah, like for the last year, I've been testing so many cereals because I've been doing this thing where, I've been trying everything on every menu and so forth, and like trying to determine like what my favorite thing is, so that way I know whenever I go there, like I'm getting the thing that I like. You know?
It makes sense. Sure.
So I think Fruity Pebbles and Fruit Loops are very similar in taste because it's that weird fruit flavor that Kellogg's has said this is a fruit flavor.
It's like the cough syrup fruit flavor.
Yeah, it's just
Fruit flavor,
it's
also not.
it's just they called it fruit and it's not fruit. So I think with Fruity Pebbles, you obviously can't soak them for a long time or else then they become like really watered down,
Just
and then they get
soggy,
this weird point like
yeah.
after they absorb so much they start to get hard.
Interesting.
Which is weird, right? Like you'd think they just turn to mush, but for some reason they get harder the longer they soak. So like they hit this point of like soft, and then it's like they lose a lot of flavor, and then they become hard, and they have a little bit more flavor, but not much more.
Tastes like wet paper after a while.
So the way you have to eat Fruity Pebbles is you put a little bit of Fruity Pebbles in a bowl, and then you just put enough milk in order to like wet them. Give them like half a second to get a little bit of that milk in, and then start eating until you eat enough of Fruity Pebbles, and then you just keep refilling. And
Dude,
that gives you the best experience for Fruity Pebbles.
I feel now you made 3 categories: dry cereal, wet cereal, and then 10 hours of work cereal.
I mean,
Colin's the kid who told the teacher that she didn't give out homework because he just wants to keep testing all these cereals.
Yeah, I mean, cereal real good if you test it in different ways.
The thing he's right about is like Fruity Pebbles shelf life. Like you have to like pour that and eat it there. Like it's not like pour it, sit down, find a show on Netflix before you start eating it. You need to have your show ready to go because the second 100%. You pour that, it is like it'll be mush in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, 100%. It will be mush, but then, like I said, it gets weird, and it gets really hard.
I've never experienced that.
I mean, you have to go a while. Like this was like me testing it whenever like
cereal.
Oh no, this was like I tested my cereal, man. Like I had routines that I tested this stuff on. And what I kind of figured out was like if you waited, I think it was like 10-15 minutes, it would get like mushy, and then shortly after it would start to get that weird I'm not mushy any longer, and now I'm just hard. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like about 20 minutes in, it's just hard.
I know something else that kind of works like that, Colin.
Yeah, I know a few things like that too.
Yeah, I mean, I like Fruity Pebbles. I'll say now, I have it on my honorable mentions. Mainly because like that's what my brother would always like. My brother, while he was home, while I was away at school, I'd come home, there'd always be Fruity Pebbles. I think a lot of people like the Cocoa Pebbles.
I cannot understand how anybody buys Cocoa Pebbles. I tried them again. I hated them as a kid. I hated them as a kid, and I tried them again because I was doing this. They still suck. Like the milk blows. I don't know how anybody even drinks the milk after that. They suck.
I think there's just better chocolatey cereals that do what Cocoa Puffs is trying to do, but better.
I just don't like many chocolatey cereals either. Like none of them would make it on my like top 15.
Yeah.
This is a real hot take, boys. I don't even really like milk, like 2% milk or whatever. I'll only take if it's milk mixed with something like coffee or whatever. So even when I would eat cereal as a kid, I would just dump the milk right out after. I don't even care. Like even if it was anything.
That's some dumb shit.
That's the hot take right there. I see Matt's expression on his face, but I was like, nope, I'm done.
Granted, I will say some cereal doesn't have great milk.
It has to be chocolate milk, and I will not drink milk.
Cap.
I'll stand by that for my entire life. My kids will have sugar highs when they're like 3 years old.
Chocolate milk is the only milk that is acceptable to drink casually.
Absolutely. I love chocolate milk. I will annihilate chocolate milk 100% of the time.
We got to do a top 5 chocolate milks for sure.
Just chocolate milk.
Dude, have you had?
There are specific types around that outshine other types of chocolate.
Have you had the Saris chocolate milkshake? Chocolate milk?
I have not.
No.
Sounds fire.
It's fantastic. No, it is insane. It's insane.
Well, let's table that for the chocolate milk episode because now I kind of want to do that. Chat, let us know what you think.
Zach.
Yo.
We'll just keep this episode going, and you're going to give us your number 3.
Awesome. I'll tell you what, before I give you my episode 3, how would we like to hear from our fans real quick?
Oh, our fans, huh?
Our fans, would you guys be cool if
are they giving a hot take, or are they going to give us like their number 1 real quick?
They can absolutely give it. Yeah, we'll ask them for their number 1.
Would they? All right, that's fine. Go for it.
All right, ready? All right, here they come.
You hear nothing. It's just ghosts in the room.
I'm excited.
Here, the mic's right here. You
Oh,
can-
that's the mic. Oh
Yeah,
my
this is the
god!
mic.
Shut up.
State your name into the mic.
Okay, now what do we say?
Well, you gotta talk louder and talk into the mic.
Oh.
Okay,
I thought
are
the
we
mic
talking
was on
about
your-
cereal?
Yeah, we're talking about cereal.
Okay, I think Cinnamon Toast Crunch
Okay.
is the best cereal.
Everyone, the people that are here currently are my sister Erica, Megan, and Hannah. They can give their last names if they want to. That's up to them.
No, it's okay. Okay, so
Well, they all know
Cinnamon
your
Toast
sister.
Crunch.
They already know your
They
last
know
name.
your sister's last name.
Right,
They know your last
right.
name.
Right.
We were very public about
Okay,
that information.
Because Cinnamon Toast Crunch, let me tell you, is an epic combination of
Dang.
cinnamon and sugar blasted on each individual
Are
square.
you reading a review?
Yes, yes. She looked it up before she came
No,
in
I
here.
didn't. This is my opinion.
No.
And the cinnamilk at the end,
God.
yeah. The cinnamilk. Also, I like the what is it? The balls. The chocolate balls. Cocoa Puffs. I'm not a big fan of regular milk. I like chocolate milk, and I like that the chocolate turns the milk into chocolate milk. So yeah, that would be my other one. How about you guys?
Hop on the mic.
Get up on it.
Go ahead. Tell the people who you are.
I'm Hannah, and I think what are those things called? We said mini wheats. Oh my god, mini wheats, Ronald, are superior because
Me specifically?
when you get them nice,
Okay, go ahead.
when you get them nice and soggy, and they just like melt in your mouth. You know what I'm talking about? Like you have to let them marinate for a little bit.
I've never ate many wheats and had an enjoyable
There's-
experience.
Oh my god, they are absolutely the best. Megan, shut up. They have blueberry in the little blueberry bites. Oh my god, so good. They're so good.
I know
Yeah,
Hannah does
man.
not have the mic on or the headset on, but
See,
I can
my-
agree with
My
the mini
answer's a little
wheats.
bit more
Yeah, you wanna talk to her real quick?
complicated.
So she can hear
I like many.
Me?
You could throw the headset on Hannah real
Tell-
quick,
tell them
and I'll
Here,
give
Hannah,
her
Ron
my opinion.
wants you to hear.
Okay, my name's Megan.
Yes.
And
Wait, hold on. Okay.
I was gonna say mini wheats are pretty good. I kind of forgot about their like existence though.
oh, that's rude.
Yeah.
But they
so
are the best. And they are superior, so you should probably remember that.
I'll try to give the headset to Megan.
Here, Megan.
Oh, hi.
There you go. Now you can hear our reactions. What's your favorite cereal?
Oh, okay. So I don't actually have a favorite. I said hey, my name's Megan.
Jesus.
Megan Muskeski, you know. But I don't have a favorite cereal. I like a lot of cereals. But I can tell you what the worst cereal is.
Give it to us.
Hot take.
Raisin Bran.
Oh.
I know that's on Matt's list. I know we're gonna see it on Matt's
I like
list.
Raisin
It's gonna-
Bran.
Raisin Bran's good. Raisin Bran is good.
Oh my god. Anybody that likes Raisin Bran, I don't trust.
Matt
Trust
and
me.
Colin looking kind of sus
You
right
don't trust
now.
me.
Yeah, you said you like brand.
Who likes to go out
Megan
and
will
Who likes
buy
raisins
it?
in their cereal?
Please tell me that.
I'm not gonna
Not
go
if
out
they're
and buy
hard.
it.
They're like little ants.
All right,
All
well
right,
that
well,
was those are the guest
everyone,
appearances.
That was our guests for the night. Awesome fans, awesome people.
Yeah, we appreciate
so
them
happy
all
to
sticking around Zach's house.
You in this
Yeah,
house,
yeah.
Raisin Bran.
They basically live here whenever my sister is home. So, yeah.
Number
So
3, Zach.
yeah, number
That was
3 for
halftime
me.
report.
The halftime report. My number 3. So as I said before, a lot of the rankings that I put are kind of like I have some type of tie to, or I have some type of memory for. My number 3 is something when I was a child I would avidly look forward to every single year. When I was a kid, I didn't like spooky things or scary stuff, so I, as a whole, kind of didn't really like October. But you know what made October great? The release of Boo Berry.
I'm not sure what you're talking
Oh,
about.
that's terrible.
Is this
Are you
some, like, some
serious? Do you not know what
Scooby-Doo
Blueberry
cereal or
is?
something? What's
No.
Oh my god. So like I don't even know who makes it, but there's a company that makes Boo Berry, Frankenberry, and Count Chocula. And they would only. I think you can get it.
Halloween.
I think. Well, now it's not. I think you can get it any time of the year now. But before it was like only out during Halloween. Boo Berry was so good. I loved Boo Berry. I looked forward to getting Boo Berry. It's like the only cereal I ate during those months. I thought it was like I thought the ghost was cool. It was my favorite color. You know, Frankenberry, I'm going to be honest, is super slept on. I think Count Chocula is probably the most popular just because it's just another chocolatey cereal. I'm not falling for that bullshit. No way. If I want a chocolatey cereal, I'm going to go find a good chocolatey cereal. I want something that I can only get right now in this season, and it is Boo Berry. Boo Berry was delicious. It was blueberry, if you couldn't tell by the wordplay. But, yeah, man. Look forward to it every year. I haven't had it in a while. It's been a fat minute. But...
I can't say I've ever had any experience with a Boo Berry cereal or any of these mystery flavors that you're talking about.
I'm sorry. Frankenberry's for sure slept on. Frankenberry grew on me when I was younger too. But Boo Berry's the top tier.
Well, Matt, I'm assuming yours isn't Boo Berry. So what's your number 3, Mr. Raisin Bran?
It sure ain't, my guy. It's not Raisin Bran either. Raisin Bran didn't make the list, but it's underappreciated. My number 3 is Mini Wheats. What? What's so funny?
I love Mini Wheats.
Our halftime field reporter Hannah came in and talked about Mini Wheats, and you didn't say anything about it.
You just said jack shit.
It wasn't his turn.
I guess you don't want to spoil the.
Listen, they had something to say. They were the guests, so we have to give them the floor when they come in. You gotta be polite to your guests. Specifically,
that's fair.
The chocolate Mini Wheats are my favorite. The ones with the little pieces of chocolate inside. Those are freaking fire.
All right, I would say
frosted Mini Wheats are my favorite. And I'm gonna be honest,
like
I don't want the ones that are super frosted. I just want that little layer of frosting on top. That's about it.
I like the ones that are blueberry too. The blueberry ones.
Look,
Ooh, the blueberry ones are good too.
Here's the thing: if you're eating just normal plain Mini Wheats, you're a serial killer. You have to.
No, they're not bad. They're
you snack on those.
They're pretty good.
They're
you
not.
You throw them in like a little Ziploc bag. you head off on your day and you just snack on them.
Well, I highly disagree. I remember they got sued for claiming that after eating their cereal, kids would perform better in school.
It was probably the claim of just to have kids eat your breakfast so your mind is just stimulated, but they just probably didn't do a good job explaining that.
I think their argument was if you have a full stomach, you're more likely to retain and perform.
You have a full stomach of their nutrition.
But they kind of geared it towards if you eat our cereal, it's gonna do the trick.
I don't know. I've never seen that.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure you can Google
can't talk about it.
I know they got sued. Maybe it wasn't for that specific reason, but they definitely got sued for false advertising.
I'm not saying that they probably didn't get sued. They might have gotten sued for that. I just didn't see it. I don't know how long ago that was.
I think I learned about it in my ethics class for journalism.
They probably just had a case study of 2 small children and then said, eat our cereal and here's a test. and see if they just perform.
They have one child, starve them. 5 days, kid hasn't eaten. They've been feeding this other kid Mini Wheats for 5 straight days. Nothing but Mini Wheats.
Well, it is proven that if you are hungry, you don't eat. Or if you're hungry, you don't eat.
If you're hungry, you don't eat.
Think as well as you do because your body's more concerned about getting food than it is about anything else.
No, I disagree. I feel like for me, I'm definitely a lot sharper when I'm
that's fine, but it's not true.
You're sharper when you're hungry?
Oh, yeah. I feel like I am more focused, sharper, and perform better.
Your body swaps to survival instincts and refuses to dedicate itself to other things whenever it's trying to get food.
I don't know. That's not what I found. That's honestly why I don't eat until late at night, because after I eat, you might as well not talk to me because I'm useless. Yeah. That's what I found personally. But I guess if you want to look into intermittent fasting, I guess that also kind of talks about that whole thing. But anyway,
top 5
that's
intermittent fasting.
Podcast is. Top 5 intermittent fasting moments.
Well, boys, I'm gonna throw in my number 3 now. Special K Chocolate Delight.
Ooh.
And I also, before I forget, I love Special K, and I wanted to give a quick shout out to their granola, honey granola. Shit is
Haven't
fire.
had it.
If you're
Haven't had
not in a cereal mood for breakfast and you're like, you know, maybe I'll just have like, I don't know, like something with yogurt. If you throw their Special K granola in with the yogurt, maybe some blueberries, you're set for a fantastic morning. I'm just telling you that right now. This is not an ad.
This is not bad.
But yeah,
Hashtag not sponsored.
Special K Chocolate Delight. There's not really much more to say about it. I think the name just speaks for itself. It takes the whole room, and it's fantastic. I like it. I mean, I didn't try it till college. That's where I think either Greg or Robbie introduced me to that cereal.
I feel like a lot of people our age didn't try Special K until they got to college.
No, because it was like marketed as healthier.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but I think the thing that I like about Special K is wheat flakes. I really like wheat flakes. They have that different taste to them that like just stands out, I think.
Sorry, I was drinking water. Yeah. But I mean, I'm not too diverse into the cereal world as it is in general, so I probably really can't give much input on that.
Yeah, I haven't had those either. But I'd like to try.
Yeah.
You should definitely do it. Just go out, buy a pack, eat it until it's complete, and like eat it in various different situations. That way you can determine like when you like to eat certain cereals, you know?
I just don't think about food that way,
Yeah.
sadly.
Well, you got
feel
like
I
certain
eat when I'm
cereals that
hungry.
you're gonna eat whenever you're watching Netflix. You got certain cereals you're gonna eat whenever you're like doing work, and you got certain cereals you're gonna eat whenever you're hungry.
I don't think
I don't think about food that way. I for sure don't think about cereal that way.
I don't think my flavor of cereal's gonna change from watching Dave Chappelle on Netflix compared to Bill Burr. Actually,
Yeah,
Bill
I
Burr
don't
would
mean
probably
that.
be
I
like
just mean,
rice,
like,
like
you're
anything that
watching
like shards my
something.
mouth, but you know. But yeah,
Yeah.
Colin, number 2.
All right, so my number 2 is a specifically delicious and classic cereal, and that is Frosted Flakes.
Hey,
Hey.
they're great. I heard.
Frosted Flakes,
So I've
I
been
mean,
told.
it's just good. I mean, you got what I think they're rice flakes, right? I don't really remember.
Was like another
I have
brand
no
of
idea.
Rice Krispies?
No,
or-
no, like that's the type of like
Oh, I got you.
thing they are. And then you just throw a little bit of sugar on it. I mean,
Yeah.
what's so wrong with that? I mean, flakes are already delicious no matter which ones you get.
The milk.
And
For
then the
Frosted
milk
Flakes is
tastes
really good.
fantastic afterwards because it's
The
just
milk is
sweet
fire.
milk.
They had the
I mean-
commercials which just hype you up.
Yeah, it is just a
Well, they had
good
a-
cereal, and there's nothing you can do about it.
They
You can
just
eat it
hyped you up because
dry.
you'd be on a sugar high if you ate them.
You can eat it dry, which it tastes
Sure.
fantastic. You can eat it in milk, which is fantastic, and you can eat it with my crazy mixture that I explained for Fruity Pebbles, and it tastes fantastic. It's definitely going to hit number 2 on all those lists.
Yeah. So you're never gonna be disappointed with Frosted Flakes.
No, my hot take on children's cereal ads is that's the same as if there was an advertisement for why you should try crack. And those are the exact same way you're gonna act.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
did
mean,
someone get addicted to crack?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's
I
basically
love
the same. It
Frosted
just
Flakes.
teaches you what addiction's like at such a young age.
No, but it channels that addiction with its like branding and commercials to like encourage you to be physically active.
yeah, that was the weird thing is they were like, it's for
Age
sports
people
people,
too.
and it's like, but it's sugar.
We are the Tigers, the mighty mighty Tigers. Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
you're not really gonna.
It's in my honorable mentions. Frosted Flakes.
It's in my honorable mentions as well.
Yeah, classic cereal. I think that's probably like the first cereal like I remember consuming as.
It was
This
one of
is-
those things where during the test, I found myself constantly coming back to saying, I could really go for some Frosted Flakes right now instead of this thing.
During the test? What test?
My test.
Colin performs tests on different parts of like what he likes.
Yeah.
At least twice a year. Like he's gonna go. I'm sure he's went through every pop, to see what his favorite is. Cereal,
100% know
dry,
that.
wet, hard to chew, probably.
That's
Just,
crazy.
you know, different
That's
kinds.
too much.
Yeah, no, I go through this with all kinds of stuff. I definitely
Guns
test
and
out
Call of
everything to
Duty.
make sure that I'm getting the best of the best. Yeah, Guns and Call of Duty. I predicted the
too
meta
much,
before
man.
it was the meta every time.
Zach,
That's too much, man. Yo, what's
number
up?
2.
Number 2. All right. My number 2 is Crave's Double Chocolate.
Craves double chocolate. Okay.
First off, I want to know if any of you have had it.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it once
Nope.
because my family bought it whenever I was staying with them.
Dude, you throw that thing into some milk and it is crack.
It's just like chocolate. Like you're just eating chocolate with milk.
Honestly, all of the Craves
So
brand new
chocolate
cereal
milk.
is so good. It is just like it's like something like. Have you ever like been really thirsty, but you don't realize how thirsty you are, and you take a sip of something, or a sip of water, or a sip of like whatever, and all of a sudden it's gone because you're just like, "Whoa, what happened?" That is what that cereal is every time you take a bite. It is amazing. It's a little
Basically,
crack,
just
little
break
crack.
up a Hershey bar and throw it into milk. That's what that is.
But it has some crunch to it. It's good. It has like the
It's like
the
deep
center.
chocolate.
It's really the center that makes it what it is. I think is the center of the Crave cereal. But I don't see how you can eat that cereal and not be like, wow, this is a game changer of sugary cereals.
It really is. I honestly forgot about it.
I didn't.
I was
It
making
left an
mine.
impression.
I can't say I've ever really heard of it.
I know that's the thing. It was low key. Like if you know, you know.
Well, I think they're advertised as supposed to be like that good tasting, healthy brand. You know?
I don't think they're healthy. I don't think there's anything healthy about
I mean,
it.
they're not. There's nothing healthy about it.
No, I think that's what like they started out as was like they were trying to be like that diet food, and then they just kind of
Oh,
branched
shit.
out into like the stuff that actually sells.
I mean, maybe, but dude, great shift.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you realize that nobody wants healthy cereal.
Yeah.
Matt, what's your number 2?
Yo,
Mr.
my number 2
Blue
is
Shirt?
cinnamon toast crunch.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, now we're
There's
getting
number
into the
one.
good cereal.
The good goods.
Tell us why, Matt.
Cinnamon toast. It's mostly because of the milk afterwards. Like if you get the blessed bowl where it's like a lot of cereal, but you also get the dust that sinks to the bottom of the bag. You know what I'm talking about? You get like the last bowl and you get all that dust, like all the cinnamon and sugar dust that gets in there, and then you eat the rest of the cereal, and then you get like the mega blessed bowl of cinnamon sugar milk, like blood of Christ. It's just leftover. It is just
Is that what we're calling it?
incredible. That's what
What kind
I'll
of
call
church
it,
did you go to, Matt?
for me.
You went to the cereal
church,
church.
the church of
Top 5
Kellogg, my
descriptions
guy.
of things from Matt. I think that might be number 2 at least.
And it checks all the other boxes I'm looking for. I'm a big texture person when it comes to food. Like if it doesn't have a good texture, I'm not with it.
See, for
It
me, it
has a
really
good-
depends. It depends on if the
it has
food
a
is
good
supposed to have a
texture.
good texture or not. You know, like I'm yeah, that's just, it depends if it needs to have the texture, you know?
It has a good texture, it has a good flavor. Just all around amazing. Nothing to complain about, realistically.
Yeah, no, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is delicious. I remember that being the cereal like I always wanted, but like that cereal was like the no cereal. for
No,
my family.
I think if we're talking cereal bars, Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal bar, oh my god.
Oh, are
Dude,
the
nothing
absolute pinnacle.
nothing hit better after smashing 2 Roman empires. And then going to get a Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal bar.
Dude, and then they took them away.
They did take them away.
They got rid of them. It sucked.
That was the
Thanks,
worst.
Michelle.
No, shout out to those cereal bars though for being able to emulate the taste and like feeling
they're
of
perfect.
milk without the existence of milk. That's crazy,
Well, they
What's
used like a
the
dry
latest
milk
milk?
on the bottom with like the marshmallow.
dude. Whatever
So that
they
way,
did,
like whenever it like I guess mixed with your saliva, it turned into milk.
that's awesome. Shout out to them for engineering that.
But no, like nothing hit better than that bar after the PSSAs.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, because
Like,
they
it's
gave
a
out all
break,
of
it's a
them.
break.
You had one of those.
Snack.
Oh,
Oh man, that's really what
I
the
forgot
orange
about
drink
those. That was the
wash
best
it down
part.
with.
it was
Yeah,
the best
Oh,
part.
yeah,
That's the only reason.
The Schneiders.
the Schneider's orange drink. It's not juice.
It's
Yeah,
dry.
Orange drink that confused me so much as a kid. I was like, "Is this just orange water then, or is this orange juice?"
I mean,
Like,
you didn't question it because it's fire. And you're
Yeah,
from the
dude.
Bergs.
Oh, no,
Talking
it was
against
so
Snyder's
good.
is gonna get you beheaded.
Snyder's is a staple part of like Pittsburgh, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
die on that.
Schneider's is fantastic though. I'll die on
Heinz
that hill.
ketchup and
Oh, yeah, they're
Schneider's
amazing.
are pretty much what makes us us. Zach, you honestly got me starving now for some
Hashtag
greasy, disgusting Roman empires now.
Dude,
From
that's-
middle school.
Dude. Roman
I can't
empires were
believe-
easily the best thing.
No,
Oh, they
dude,
were. That's what everyone looked forward to on Fridays.
I
Friday
can't.
made middle school.
I feel like though after I don't know if they changed the way they made them, but I feel like at the end of our 8th grade year,
Oh, they were garbage.
I think we all kind of collectively realized that it's disgusting. Not only is it disgusting that we ate one of them, but we ate 2-foot-long hoagies at
Well,
lunch.
The problem was they decided to make them healthy.
I don't even know if that was it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I
well,
think
had
they
to
just
make 'em
got
healthy
so
at the end of our-
overwhelmed
at the end
with
of
the
our
amount
8th
of
grade year,
children.
they had to.
Even with the unhealthy version, that's kind of disgusting that we ate that.
Oh no,
Oh, no,
it was
absolutely.
disgusting that we ate two.
Awful.
I usually only ate one, and then I would like just be like, all right, like I need to.
I was
not.
never able to get more than one.
Yeah, anyone who's listening who went to high school with us, you
Well,
know
this was middle
you know.
school.
Oh, or,
If you know, you
well,
know.
high school, middle. If you went to high school, middle school, so you know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah,
And I'm sure you're having a very vivid reaction right now.
Zach, your internet's kind of crapping out right now.
No, don't tell me that.
You sound good now,
It's
but
not
you're
like
being
my
very,
game.
you're very robot-y. Your camera's
It's not
pixelated.
that bad.
Okay.
Oh, well, okay.
But yeah, in case you couldn't understand Megatron, what he was saying was if you went to middle school and high school with us, you know the Roman Empire, and you know how much of a stain that would leave on those styrofoam plates just from how much grease was on that. It was so damn good.
I love whenever we swap to the styrofoam plates instead of just normal plastic plates.
Oh, sorry, no, we did have like the actual trays too.
We had actual
Yeah,
trays,
that's
and then they're like,
right.
no, this is better for the environment or something, and it's like, or just plastic trays that you rinse with water.
Yeah, I forgot about those trays, honestly. I don't know why I thought only styrofoam. But yeah, Roman Empire's top five slop we ate as children.
Number
from
one,
lunchrooms.
easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, number
If
one
you know,
easily.
you know.
Honestly, footlong hot dog in elementary school, though. All right, we need to get back to what we're talking about.
Yeah,
though.
no, this is really tough.
Okay.
Yeah, it's back to it's me for number 2. Honey Nut Cheerios
Hey.
Absolutely.
Honey Nut Cheerios,
had to be on the list. Yeah.
The evolved form of Cheerios.
Now, Colin, I remember I asked you if you have bananas and fruit in your cereal. Well, for me, that is pretty much the main way I can eat the cereal. And
Yeah.
Colin,
Right.
I will say, I will also put Honey Nut Cheerios at the top of my dry cereal list as well. As long as I'm I'll throw bananas in with that too.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't feel like having milk, or I don't really like milk unless it's chocolate milk, and that's kind of gross to put cereal with chocolate milk. Then I would just eat that. I would just have a bowl. I'd grab a spoon and then just eat that.
Oh yeah, Honey Nut Cheerios dry, fantastic. You can't go wrong.
But yeah, no, it's always like a go-to. To me, Honey Nut Cheerios are what the cinnamon Pop-Tarts are. And if you're in a mood
Brown
for
sugar
cereal
cinnamon
or popped, yeah, brown sugar cinnamon. If you're in the mood for a Pop-Tart, or if you're in the mood for cereal and that's what you have, like that's the vibe check. I'm
Yeah.
good for whatever vibe.
Yeah,
Colin,
no, I agree. It's good stuff.
what's your number 1?
All right, so number one, hands down, every single time that I was like trying these cereals and stuff, I just kept
Mhm.
saying, "Does it beat this?" And it never did. And the thing that it
That
never
usually how
beat,
number one works.
I'm terrified.
the thing that it never beat, because I tried it at first because I was like, oh boy, I remember this as a kid, and I was like, I'm gonna try that again, and it was like my third cereal that I tried, and nothing was able to beat it out, and that is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch
I'm with it.
is
Oh, we're all with it.
Yeah.
by far the best cereal that I keep coming back to. It's my number one on my dry. It's the number one on my wet. It's the number one on my crazy, experimental list. It's amazing. Its milk is fantastic afterwards. It tastes phenomenal during, whether you eat it immediately, whether you let it soak, whether you let it do whatever you want to it. Even whenever I was eating Frosted Flakes, I was like, man, I wish I had Cinnamon Toast Crunch instead. And the reason I chose Cinnamon Toast Crunch as my second is, one, my mother would never buy them for me as a kid.
Yeah.
because of just absolutely how unhealthy they are.
Which is a lot to say back then.
Yeah. And the reason I bought them was because of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch bar that I had after PSSAs, because that was my only experience with Cinnamon Toast Crunch until I was probably high school. And I got one of I think my aunt bought those, like those individual plastic bowls that you buy for like traveling and stuff that you like rip off the top and it's like a cereal bowl.
Yeah, the stuff you get at the continental breakfast.
Yeah, and my aunt bought it and I tried it and I was like, holy crap, this is fantastic. And then I never had it again until recently. And I'm upset that I had it because now that's all I want. But it's easily the best cereal out there.
Yeah.
It tastes like a churro if you're fans of churros, like it's just too good.
Just churros.
I agree that it's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You agree it's good, Zach, but you don't sound so adamant about it that I don't think it's your number one cereal.
It would not be, sir.
What would your number one be?
So my number one didn't make the list. My number one is Special K fruit and yogurt.
Okay.
Special K what?
Fruit and
Special
yogurt.
K fruit and yogurt.
Okay.
Yeah. So my relationship with Special K is kind of a beautiful one.
All right, it's
my
about
freshman
15
year,
minutes of backstory.
my freshman year of college, I think that was probably the first and like realistically last time I ever had like a solid routine that I could stick to every day and like figure out. And one of the things that I would do is like after my first class, I'd get back from the gym, and before my next class, I would sit down. I'd get a cinnamon raisin bagel with peanut butter and honey. I'd eat that. Then I'd also get a styrofoam cup. Like I had for whatever reason, I think my mom just packed me them for no reason, but I like a styrofoam cup. I would fill that up with Special K. Either fruit and yogurt or the strawberry one. It really kind of flip-flopped. I chose this one just because that's the one I remember liking a little better. I'd fill that up, throw some almond milk in there, and I'd eat it out of the cup, dry and wet with milk, and it was great. It was awesome. I'd sit there, I'd watch Netflix. It was like my zen time, and I miss those moments. I wish life could go back to being as simple as me eating Special K out of a cup on my dorm room bed, watching Netflix or whatever show I was watching. But yeah, it's the memories, it's the feeling. Also, I love that it was healthy. I think that the Special K is probably the first like healthy cereal I ate because it was healthy and discovered, oh wow, this is actually like really, really good. So yeah, Special K fruit and yogurt is my number one pick for cereal.
Huh.
I feel my vibe for over this like holiday weekend is just to get some cereal, wake up early, have a nice morning, and then just watch like New Girl. Just chill back with some Special K yogurt cereal. Yeah, I think you just marketed that to me. That was great. You're definitely Schmidt. All right.
Hey, call me what I am. Next thing you do is tell me I'm tall.
Yeah.
I wouldn't lie to the friends at home.
No. You're definitely like 5'8".
No, you're right. I'm also fat as shoot.
Snoop?
Probably like 5'2".
I'm weighing at least 300 pounds. No, okay, all right, easy. It's only 300. All right.
Only 300.
Hi, Matt's mom. Hear us.
Zach, anything else to say about the Special K?
No, that's it. That's about it. A great cereal, great memories, great time. If you ever need a cereal, you want to be healthy, but you also want the enjoyment of eating cereal, I would recommend all Special K, but my specific Special K that I'm recommending is fruit and yogurt. I'll say it again.
Matt.
Yo.
The number one coveted spot. What do you give it
My
to?
number one is Honey Bunches of Oats.
I knew it.
Not close either.
I think you're the first one to like actually talk about it like before I ever had it. You love that
Yeah.
cereal.
Like recommended to you.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
love that cereal.
I remember
Dude, it's
specifically us being on
so good.
PlayStation, you just bringing it up. Like randomly.
You hear a
We
mom
weren't
shit
even
on
talking about cereal, and you just bopped in there. You're like, hey guys,
Yeah,
guess
but y'all
what?
had pretty much the votes. I think I like really started getting into it just because it's healthy. Like I wanted to like eat breakfast, but I didn't want to like make a healthy breakfast, so I always just defaulted to Honey Bunches of Oats.
Okay.
And they have they have so many different flavors, and they're all good. Just like the regular vanilla. I think vanilla is my personal favorite. The cinnamon's good.
Is the vanilla almond? Is that it?
No, there's
There's one with almond.
almonds a different thing.
Oh,
They have
okay.
almond and vanilla. I like the almond too. The almond's good.
Okay.
But you got to get it with the almond milk.
Dude,
Because
of
almond
course.
milk is
All of this is consumed with
bang.
almond milk.
Oh, of course.
And not the old sugary cereals, because I never had the pleasure. But
Apparently,
The newer
goat
ones.
or oat milk is like.
oat milk's the new thing.
I haven't
I had a
tried it
nickel-
yet. I kind of want to.
Yeah, if I had a nickel for every time people come up to me in Starbucks and they're like, "Hey, can I get blah 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 with oat milk?" I'm like, "Guess what? No, we don't have it." And they get really upset, and then I feed off that, and that's what gets me through the day.
It's also one of my go-to like snacks if I'm just like trying to watch like Netflix at 2 a.m. I'll go downstairs and make myself a bowl of cereal, and
Yeah.
then come back upstairs and keep just watch Netflix.
No,
There's
it's
not really much
definitely
to say
cereal could
about
be
it
a late
other than
night vibe.
Yeah, cereal's an all-time vibe.
Yeah.
Boys, my number one in coordinates to Colin is Cinnamon
Yo.
Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Hell
I
yeah.
knew you would. I knew you would.
Yeah, see, I didn't really even have cereal much as a kid, but there was a lot of times at school, a couple times that I would just buy boxes of just Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I had a little bit of a cereal kick for a little bit, I think like sophomore year, and that was the best one. You know, it was full of sugar. I questioned why I never had it as a kid, and then I quickly realized after about an entire bowl or two. So I think it's the best though. I mean, even though I didn't really drink the milk too much when I was done with the cereal, there were some sips given occasionally, and that I felt definitely had like the best like residue remain of like any cereal that you can have like with your milk.
Does.
And nothing beats a sugar high,
No, nothing
Yeah.
beats that.
Well,
nothing
a
beats
few
that.
things do, but
a few
That's
things,
not
but that's
top
another
five,
top
that's
5. So
One of my favorite things about Cinnamon Toast Crunch is like whenever I would go to scout camp in the summer, they would give us like little things of cereal. And like if you were the person who went up in the morning and got the food, you got like first pick about what your cereal was that you got for your breakfast. So everyone was like scrambling and trying to find all the Cinnamon Toast Crunches because that's the one everyone wanted.
yeah, it's
Checks out.
I think I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but I'm assuming it's the most high sugar content cereal that there is. It has to be.
It
I don't know.
has to be.
Has to be
There's
close.
so much in it.
Has
yeah.
to be close.
I don't know what would be second. Maybe I don't know, like Kellogg, like not well, obviously. not
It's probably
Kellogg's,
some
but,
low key thing you wouldn't even think about.
Frosted Flakes or something maybe.
Rice Krispies has the potential, but that's really up to you.
Yeah, true. I think it depends, like especially if they do like maybe like Oreos cereal or something like that too. Like
Yeah.
that's already a lot of chocolate and sugar too. But yeah, that Cinnamon Toast Crunch is my number one. But boys, now we are the part of the show where we talk about our honorable mentions. And spoiler alert, I don't have any honorable mentions because that is how little cereal that I eat. So the floor is yours, but we'll start with Colin and then just progress through everyone else.
All right, so honorable mentions number 1 is Frosted Mini Wheats. They're fantastic. We've already gone over this. Honorable mention number 2 has great flavor profile but destroys your mouth. That would be Captain Crunch.
Bang.
Enough said there. I think we've talked about Captain Crunch. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, corn puffs, basically, with whatever the heck they do to make a Captain Crunch, taste good.
Class.
Now, one that I have recently been introduced to was unicorns.
What?
Well, I don't know.
Colin, unicorns aren't real.
Unicorns,
There's only one unicorn. His name is Charlie, and I'm pretty sure he's dead.
it is so good.
You don't have no kidney.
No.
It's like So they theme it after, I think it's like they call it cupcake flavor. And imagine eating like Fruit Loops that are cupcake flavored. They are really good, and they're really good dry. They probably make it higher on the list dry than they do wet, because whenever they get wet, they start to lose a lot of their flavor. The longer they're wet, and it's pretty fast, but it's really good.
When you say unicorn, I think of the Bang flavor. It's like rainbow
Bang
unicorn
flavor.
or something.
I don't think
That's
I've
all I
ever
think.
had that.
Oh, dude, Bang drinks are so good.
So like,
There's something else. As someone who avidly drinks caffeine and is thinking about jumping up to 3 scoops of pre-workout, Bang is something else.
3 scoops?
Three
Oh my god, are you trying to not make it past 27?
This man's
Zach's just trying to have a heart attack.
This
I
man's
just don't
been
feel it
drinking
anymore,
coffee
man.
for so long, just nothing affects him anymore.
Dude, I'm just trying to feel something that pre-workout I'm making it in happen.
I have like half a cup of coffee and I'm bouncing off the walls thinking I could do anything I set my mind to
Oh, I
for
need,
like
I
the
need
rest of
2
my
cups
life.
of coffee, min. 2 cups, min.
Coffee, I can literally drink half a cup of coffee. Even if it's like from Dunkin', I'll get like 1 sugar in it and I'm still bouncing off for the longest.
Well, Dunkin'
You'll
isn't
get there.
coffee. Let's just be on record about that.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Dunkin's like mid.
No, someone I worked with described Dunkin' Donuts coffee the best way I think I've ever heard it described. And she said, we were talking about like Starbucks and Dunkin', and we all know what camp I'm in. And she was like, and I was like, all Dunkin' is just a bucket of sugar and cream with a little bit of coffee. And she goes, that's why it's fun, because you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes you're going to get one of the most disgusting things you'd ever tasted, and sometimes you're going to get something that tastes pretty good. And it's always a roll of the dice. I'm like, all right, if that's what you're going for, if you like the excitement of your day to figure that out, by all means. But if you want a good cup of coffee,
$50 IRL.
honestly, let's just remove Starbucks from the equation, because I feel like a lot of people have their own like prejudiced things about Starbucks, right? But if you want a good cup of coffee, Tim Hortons. Go to Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons, eh?
Yeah. Anyway,
But Zach, what are your honorable mentions?
so pretty much all of my honorable mentions have been said. I got Honey Bunches of Oats, Fruity Pebbles, Frosted Flakes. Just to throw one out there that hasn't been said, Life.
Like,
Fucks with life, dude.
oh, wow.
Yeah, Life cereal. It's so good. I'm pretty sure it's healthy, but it has an interesting texture. It holds milk pretty well. And it's just like it's kind of like imagine a healthy version, I would say, of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I think would be a good way to describe Life.
Yeah, that's mostly what it is.
Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Matt Bush,
Yo.
honorable mentions.
I had Frosted Flakes and Rice Krispies on mine. We already talked about those. Don't really see a reason to go in depth. And I know y'all hate it, but Raisin Bran is underrated, dude.
Raisin Bran is good.
Raisin Bran does not get the respect it deserves.
It's good. That's it.
Good.
It's just good.
It's just good.
Now, boys, when
And
you're
it's healthier too.
to the
So if you're into
audience,
thing.
to the audience, when you're telling us about whose list do you agree with in either our Instagram DMs or just on the YouTube comments section, be sure to rate Matt's Raisin Bran hot take, because I feel like a lot of people, are hit or miss with that.
Raisin Bran.
Honestly, what we should do is we should try to set up some type of like poll on something that lets people, like the audience, vote for whose list they
You
like
can
the
do it on
most.
YouTube.
You can do it YouTube, like each, like you can have like the banner come across, like for, you know, whose list do you agree with the most. Pretty much you can
Yeah,
do it
that'd
at
be
the end.
cool.
Watching this on
That'd be
Twitch.
cool.
Or if we do it live on Twitch, then we can just have an active poll, like for
Yeah,
each. You know.
guys, let us know if you'd like that. Let us know if
We have
that's
to
something
get
you'd
Colin a
be into.
webcam, but that's very feasible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to buy a webcam too, so better one. But yeah, let us know if you agree with that. But I think that's a good segue to end the show with, boys. What do you think?
Yeah.
Any other hot takes on cereal? Any more other comments or anything?
I think it's good.
Before we wrap up, I actually do want to say something. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has reached out to all of us, whether we've gone to high school with you, whether you know us from college or anything like that. Your feedback really means a lot to us, and even like from the people I've talked to who just have said that they've seen that we have a podcast, just that alone really means a lot. Just to name a few people who've talked to me, I'm not going to give last names because I'm not going to put people out there like that, but Brendan, Lindsay, Megan, we heard from today. Ron, I know you've heard from a few different people if you want to shout them out.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Shane, shout out to you. He gave us the best like way. I think the best way we could talk about the podcast, like people say, oh, what's like the category of it? He said our podcast reminds him of just when we would sit at like the high school lunch table together and just talk.
Yeah.
So it's like I think that's like our category, boys. High school lunch.
High school lunch.
That's our category.
Cool.
Yeah, but I just want to thank everyone. Yeah, I just want to thank everyone that your feedback means a lot, whether it's critical, whether it's encouragement. Your support's amazing. And, if you haven't reached out and you want to, absolutely do. We're all available through various forms of social media. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably have at least one of our phone numbers. But mine is 41. No, we're not doing that. But
yeah, just know your zip code.
Yeah, good thing they already know your area.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, again, thank you so much. It's undescribable how much it means to us.
And not to spoil a suggestion that we've gotten from one of our friends, Hint Shane, we've been talking about rewatching all of Avatar: The Last Airbender and giving a top 5 based on the show. Top 5 episodes of Last Airbender episodes. Yeah. So, if you have any ideas, be sure to leave them for us, and definitely think about them. There's been a lot of suggestions that we've had already, so yeah.
Yeah, but there is one person who I absolutely want to shout out for listening to the show, and that is Will.
I knew
that is Will.
Shout
out to you.
Oh, Will, our biggest supporter, our biggest. I'm just gonna say biggest fan, but actually that's a lie. I think we're all Will's biggest fan.
Shout out to Will.
Shout out to Will. Your support absolutely has been the best out of everyone. Will is my cousin, just so you guys all know. But yeah, just want to give you a special
boy Will.
Yeah.
Well, boys, and everyone watching, thank you all so much for tuning in to today's episode Top 5. As we've already mentioned be sure to share our podcast, like our podcast, and message us if you have any suggestions on topics that we should do next or down the line, whatever. And as we said, we're probably going to rewatch all of Avatar: Last Airbender and give our top 5 on that.
Yeah, for sure.
But with that, boys, I think that wraps up today's show. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day.
See you guys.